I want to talk to you today about a news story that has been moving slowly for decades, that I've worked upon for a long time, and that is now moving fast enough that I think it really needs to be the main story. And it should be the main story much more often. So for that, let's first go back 134 years, because it was on this day that John Muir founded the Sierra Club in San Francisco, which was based on the simple idea that wild places needed protecting from being consumed much faster than anybody was paying attention to. And he spent years making the case before anybody in power actually listened. And eventually they did, and the national parks exist because of what he has started. And I'm thinking about Muir this morning because Europe is living through one of the most extreme May heat waves ever recorded. London broke a temperature record that has stood since 1922. France reports that 7 people have died because of the heat, and in Seville it was 38 degrees. A heat dome, a high pressure system that traps the heat and refuses to move, is sitting over Western and Central Europe and is making temperatures more than 10 degrees Celsius above what used to be normal in this time of the year. And that is more than 18 degrees Fahrenheit for the American listeners. And it's not just Europe. India is also experiencing a heat wave. And temperatures there are, in some regions, exceeding 45 degrees. A new study was published this week in a peer-reviewed journal, and that concludes in plain language that humanity has already exceeded the Earth's sustainable carrying capacity. So in other words, we are living on an ecological credit. The fossil fuels that made our current population possible have also set in motion the processes that are now destabilizing the climate systems that we depend upon for our lives and our ways of living. And I know that this is not the kind of news that gets the most clicks, and we will see that later. Iran gets the clicks. Certainly Trump gets all the clicks, and I understand why. Those stories have immediate and daily consequences, and people are frightened about what's happening to their country and their democracy. They click and they read. But I want to say something from a European perspective, where we already have people losing their lives in this extreme heat wave, and where we see every year more weird weather patterns. The United States has spent the past year of systematically dismantling the agencies that are designed to protect and to prepare for and to respond exactly to what is happening in Europe right now. NOAA, for instance, or the National Weather Service and FEMA, and those programs that track disease outbreaks in other countries before they become threats further north. Or the scientists who modeled wildfire risk. Many of them are gone, and many of them you'll need later in the year. John Muir saw nature being consumed faster than anyone was paying attention to, and he named it and he organized around it, and he was persistent for many years before he was heard. So the question that this birthday raises is, who is doing that work today? In times of climate change and pollution and biodiversity loss, are enough people really listening? Well, I hope you do, and that you like and that you share, and especially that you subscribe if you want to support my newsletters and videos. Thank you. I'll be back soon.